didn't know what Onpassive, how big it is, how enormous it was, what it really meant. So for Dan, it meant time freedom. So Dan, also from Colorado, just retired from the medical profession, and what a great time to do that as we're preparing here to launch Onpassive in a few days. And then Marty DeGarmo. Marty DeGarmo is our Facebook guru. Marty DeGarmo in New Jersey. Onpassive Nation also has a Facebook group, and on that Facebook group, you can join the group Onpassive Nation on Facebook, and a lot of information there. But Marty also does a Facebook Live every morning at 9 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock for me. It's I think like 9, 10, 11. It's like 11 o'clock East time, East Coast. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, as a contractor, you know, I'm usually out the door, but I've kind of rerouted my schedule so that I can stay tuned in and tuned up. So sometimes I'm driving, I'll put it on my phone, or I'll stop, I'll pull over, I'll put it on my phone and listen while I'm driving. But usually it's like I'm making breakfast, or I'm cleaning up the kitchen, and I try to get on that every morning. One of the things that, again, I've seen with the total explosion in Onpassive Nation and Onpassive is these guys keep us informed, tuned in, and tuned up. So I guess enough about that. Again, the Fireside chat. We've got a lot of people on here. They're still coming in. Back in March is when we started doing, I do a Wednesday call, a team build call. I've done that every Wednesday since then. And we started doing these Fireside chats. Hello, Viviana, welcome to the call. It was Viviana Rodriguez, myself, and Tom Garino. And I really want to give a big shout out and a thanks to Tom, because he was the inspiration that got me and pushed me. And Tom was like that. He pushed people a little bit out of their comfort zone to do things because he knew that it would be good for them. So he pushed me to start these Saturday hangout fireside chat. And we just started inviting people, and pretty soon there was 10 people, and then there was 50 people, and then there was 100 people. Right now we have 274 people on the call, and I'm sure that number is going to double here pretty soon. And so once again, we want to thank Tom Garino for making this happen. Okay, so, I always like to, we bring people out. In fact, one of the other things that I'll say is it looks like we have quite a few people here on the panel. If you have questions, certainly you can type into the chat box. We'll get to questions. We'll bring some people out a little later for asking questions. But if you want to be on the panel and you don't see your name or face up here, raise your hand and we can bring some other people out on the panel. I think we can get up to 100 people. And for those of you that are not on the panelists, you're not going to see your video, your name up here. You're in the background, but know that this is a super, super exciting call, especially if you're a new person and you think about this. We're loading up here. We do this on a Saturday. We've had as much as 1,500 people on this call. I know they did one in Papua New Guinea in Africa and had over 1,700 people on that call. The excitement about Onpassive is just through the roof. We're all here just waiting for the day very soon to go into the soft launch. Mike and Marty, they'll talk more about that. But yeah, so like I say, again, if we hear some background noise, we'll have to mute you. If we have too much disturbance, we can shut your video down. But be respectful and keep yourself muted. And if you're having some commotion in there, turn your video off. And if you want to be on the panelists, raise your hand. So I'm going to turn it over to Marty DeGarmo. Marty DeGarmo is, he's hugely responsible for so many people here on this call. And Redfern, they go way back to the beginning. And again, just really super excited to be working with these guys. So Marty, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Mike. Hello, everybody. If you want to be in the panel as a panelist, raise your hand. If you want to talk and you want to be live with the rest of us. Anyway, we're not going to talk about launch and all that stuff, so don't bring it up. We're here to share briefly. Mike's going to do a quick version of the business plan. Andy the Walker, hey buddy, I see you over there. And then any questions people have, mainly why are you in, what do you like about Onpassive? I found out very quickly that we're definitely a group of like-minded people. I don't think it's by accident you draw who you are. And I've met people all over the world. I mean, we got in this 2 years ago, March 9th, me, myself, Mike, and Dan, and started Onpassive Nation with 3 people. Onpassive Nation group right now has over 18,000. It has to do with you draw, like I said, you draw people who you like. I found out about this business through Peter Rogers and Red Redford, looking for something where everybody gets, everybody can be successful just by tapping in and being involved. Truly didn't think something like that existed, but it did. Kind of blew me away. And then met the owner, asked me for it, and now I know why the company is what it is. I know why we're closing in on 500,000 founders, because it starts from the top. And he drew people in that was like him, and it just keeps going. It's the difference between like an Amazon and Onpassive. Onpassive has a family, more of a family type feeling where people really care about each other and the company. And if Amazon died tomorrow, they would find another way to get packages. It doesn't matter. So that's a big deal, real big deal. And I know a lot of you, and just I would never have met you if it wasn't for Onpassive. Anyway, I'm going to turn over to Mike to do a real quick version of Onpassive. Like I said, this is relaxed. I want to hear from people that, for some odd reason, think they don't have a voice, and you do. And hear your story. Why are you in? What was it about Onpassive? You said, you know what? There's something there I want. And I'd like to hear it. I think other people would too. We're probably going to have a lot this for 2 hours. So at 4 o'clock Eastern, we're probably going to wrap it up. But we want to hear from as many people as we can. This is recorded, you know, and it's here to just relax. That's why it's called Fireside. It's nothing, no technical stuff. You don't have to worry about who's who and all. Don't, just take it easy. Anyway, here's my friend and business partner, Mike Ellis, to explain this to you a little bit.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. I appreciate that. And I'm going to give a really, really quick explanation about Onpassive for the people that are new. If you're new here, you're just exploring Onpassive, this will help you kind of move forward. And really, Onpassive is here for us to build wealth initially. That's why we're all here. Can we build wealth with Onpassive? And I'm going to be going over just some simple concepts. This is going to be very, very quick. It's not going to be a 20, 30-minute presentation. I'm just going to go over some simple simple concepts, and then add volume at the end. And it'll give you an idea of what Onpassive can do for you. And that's why you're here. What can Onpassive do for me? What can it do to help me build wealth online? And what can it do for me to help me take care of myself and my family? If I answer those questions, you're probably going to have more questions than I answer today. But that's what this panel is about. This is what this fireside chat is all about. And you can give your questions to Red. Red will answer a lot of them. But Red, if you get a question that needs a little bit more explanation, maybe a panel discussion, go ahead and throw it to the panel and we can talk about whatever that is. So let's get into Onpassive. Onpassive is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. They are primarily a customer-based business, but we have the privilege of coming in and participating with Onpassive. Today, to participate with Onpassive, there is a position. It is a founder position. It is a $97 position today. You can come in and lock your position in Onpassive and lock your position in the pay structure. Why would you want to do that? Let's talk about just a couple of concepts. And then at the end of that, I'll follow it up with the amount of volume that Onpassive is going to be doing. So why would you want to come in and participate with Onpassive? As you come in and participate with Onpassive, you come in and it is a self-funding program. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in many, many businesses throughout the last 12 years. And the business of Onpassive is self-funding. You will come in, you will go out of pocket once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. I absolutely love that, because these other companies that I did business with, they would milk you dry. That is not Onpassive. Number two, as you come in and you look at Onpassive, they are going to force you to be successful. All that means is they're going to force you to make money. They are going to guarantee, as you come in and participate with Onpassive, you will make money. Now, think about that just for a second. You're not going to find that anyplace else, online, offline. It has never been done before. It is why Onpassive is revolutionary. They're going to make sure that your bottom line increases. I've never heard an argument against it. People absolutely love it. That is how Onpassive is structured. It is what Ash Mufareh started with. How can we make people successful? The way Onpassive is structured is going to guarantee you're going to make money. The next one is the traffic side of Onpassive. How are you going to come in, start a business with Onpassive, and how's your business going to grow? Onpassive is going to drive traffic for you. They are going to actually build your business for you. And as we come into Onpassive, that is one of the things they do for all of us. It's what makes Onpassive 100% automated business. As you come in, it will be 100% automated. I'll give you just a quick example of the traffic that Onpassive is going to be driving for all of us. Again, this goes to the volume. About 6 months ago, Onpassive wanted to test their traffic sources. And what they did is they just cranked up the traffic sources, and their goal was to bring in 1 million opt-ins. They did not put a time frame on it. And in 4 days, they brought in 1 million opt-ins. Marty, Dan, and I, we've been driving traffic for a very, very long time. What they did in 4 days is extraordinary. This is just a taste of the kind of volume Onpassive is going to be bringing in for us as those individuals participating with Onpassive, those founding members. And what that does for us is it brings volume into us, because primarily they're going to be bringing in customers. Those customers go underneath us. That volume goes underneath us, and we get paid off of that volume. It's massive. The last thing is the customer side and the product side. Obviously, if you have a business, you have to have products, and the products of Onpassive, it's really unique. Usually when you go online and you get a product, whatever it is, an app or whatever it is, it's old technology. The products of Onpassive have been built from the ground up. They are proprietary, and they are cutting edge technology, brand new technology. And what that does for the customers that come in and use the products of Onpassive, they're coming in and they're using a product that is superior. It's better than that. It's not only superior, but the price point is lower. It's better than that. What Ash has done with these products, the products are extremely complicated, but Ash went to his tech team in India, in Bangalore, Hyderabad, about 800 strong, and he said, I want to do this in this niche, but I want to make it in a way that my grandmother can do it. So he builds a product that is superior, but very, very simple to use. So as customers come in, they will never leave Onpassive. Not only will they never leave, but as they use the products month after month after month, they pay a monthly fee for those products. That's really, really good for us, because as they pay a monthly fee, our income becomes a residual and eventually a walkaway income. That's where we want to be. So as we look at those 4 concepts, as you come in, it's self-funding, forced to be successful, traffic, customer, and product. It becomes a totally 100% automated business. We pay Onpassive to build our business. The way we pay Onpassive, and I'll just go into how we come into Onpassive very, very quickly. I'm not going to get into in depth with it. As we come into Onpassive, as they launch to the world, we come in, we all become customers. We go into our back office, we click a button, we become independent resellers, the IT product. That does not mean you have to sell anything. You don't. Again, 100% automated. The membership fee we will all pay will be between $150 and $350. Ash has not shared that with us yet, but that is the fee you will pay once, and you will never go out of pocket again. After that, the monthly fee that we have to pay will be paid from the proceeds we make with Onpassive. the sheer volume that's going to be coming into Onpassive, that's how we get paid. So that is Onpassive. Those are the four concepts. If you understand those four concepts, you're in. Because once you understand how they're integrated, how they work together, and what they will do for you, you're absolutely in, because you are going to see a way forward to not only take care of that financial future you're looking at, but actually build wealth online. Volume, just very, very quickly. This will give you an idea of the sheer volume that Onpassive is going to be doing as we launch to the world. And that's going to happen in the next weeks or months. We're really, really close to that point. Ash is working on that every day, and we know, based on the conversations we've had with him, that we're extremely close to that. But let's talk about one product, the webinar product that we're using today. This is Zoom. Zoom is one of the big dogs on the block. They do over 200 million Zooms a day, and there are tens of millions of people that come in and use this webinar service, okay? Onpassive is going to have a webinar service. The webinar service with Zoom is old technology. It is so outdated, you wouldn't even believe it. And what Onpassive and what Ash's team of Onpassive has done with just the webinar service is extraordinary. And customers will come in and use the Onpassive webinar service. They will never leave. That's how much better it is. And they'll use it because it does a couple things again. Makes their job easier, makes their bottom line better. Both of those things, really, really good stuff. As we look at Onpassive in the first year, I believe Onpassive will bring in tens of millions of customers just with the webinar service. I believe at the end of that year, just with the webinar service, they will be a unicorn company. In fact, I believe after a year's time, I'm not sure Zoom will even be in business. That's how good the products of Onpassive are. But I want you to focus on the tens of millions of people that will be coming in with one product, the webinar product. All of that volume goes underneath those individuals that have become founders and are participating with Onpassive and with the pay structure of Onpassive. That's how we get paid. And it is massive. That's one product. In Onpassive, there are over 50 products. Ash calls them modulars, or I forget the other term. But he puts the IA technology together to develop a product that will serve a particular niche. And there are many, many niches that we're going to be in. When you add all the products of Onpassive, you add them together, day one when Onpassive launches, and again, this goes to the volume that we're going to be getting, and that's how we get paid. Day one, Onpassive will be a company that has a value over $3 billion. That is a unicorn company, day one. That has never been done in the history of the world, online, offline, anything. This is Onpassive. This is the size of Onpassive. And when you start to understand what's going to be happening as we launch, you're going to understand this is the place to be to build wealth. Onpassive has a lot of moving parts, and we're not going to get to all of them today. I recommend everybody continue to explore Onpassive. This fireside chat, it is for questions. You'll give your questions to Red. Red, if you have questions that you think the panel should answer, give them to us. More than happy to do that. We have a lot of talent on this panel today, and there isn't a question you can ask that we can't answer. I can almost guarantee that if it has to do with Onpassive. So this is Onpassive. It was made for you and I, and it was made for you and I to succeed and build wealth. Very, very short presentation. There's a lot more than that. Ask your questions. That's why we're here, and we got lots of time, so don't be in a hurry. And Marty, I'll turn it back over to you and start bringing them in.
Boom. Okay. That was good, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, and like Mike said, just one of the products like like Zoom here, they're going to have their own. And Zoom right now is worth $139 billion. They passed ExxonMobil a couple of weeks ago, which is unbelievable. And they have big time limitations, big time. And security is not that great. But to get a Zoom that'll hold 10,000 people is a few $1,000s a month. Onpassive will be one price for everything, unlimited for everything. So keep that in mind. It's a big, big deal. And if you ever look back, some of you are not my age, but I'm 60. If you look back when Amazon started or Microsoft or Walmart or whatever, there were key people in each one of those companies that took a chance on going with the CEO, and they're pretty happy that they did. Same case here. You can be a founder for 97 bucks and maybe be involved with a $1 trillion company. Okay, that's with a T, because the billion's going to happen. But you could be part of that. And for $97, I can't imagine anybody saying no. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, get all the information. This is laid back, so I want to hear from people that never, you hear
Marty,
from me all day. So yeah, go ahead.
Marty, I'm going to say, give a special thanks to Red Redfern here for taking the time to answer these questions. I see him coming in, and it's like, boy, you bring someone in, you put him to work. Well, and I know it's not work for Red. He enjoys doing it. So thank you very much, Red. And again, like Marty said, if you're in the background, you're not seeing your stuff on the page here. If your name is David, you could throw a stone at Marty, the big guy. And for everybody else, take your cursor down to the bottom of the screen and hit raise your hand, and we'll be able to bring you out. Sometimes we got to, pick some people and get this thing started so we kind of really see what we're talking about. It's like, I shared a little bit of why I'm looking at replacing being a contractor, but maybe if we could have Dan come out again and start this and talk to us again, why somebody who was, pretty well off, again, got my curiosity and started this why thing for us. Dan, if you could kind of start this off, and then we'll turn it back over to Marty. Thank you, Dan. And thank you, Red.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks, Mike. And I don't know about pretty well off or anything like that. It's just that I had a career, and it was in the medical business, and it was a successful career, and I enjoyed the business. But one of the big things about that career is that my time was totally dictated, and it was based on what my surgeons were doing. So I didn't have any time freedom. I didn't know what my schedule was going to be. I knew that I had a lot of people that were underneath me or that were working with me, a lot of doctors that demanded my time. And I didn't know exactly when that time would be. So what I was looking for initially, since I was okay financially, I was looking for the time freedom. I was looking for, how can I plan my own schedule? And I've always been into network marketing. I've always loved it. I've always dabbled in it, and I've had some successes with it, but I've had a lot of failures with it as well. So for me, it was, what can we find? And when I was I've been working with Marty and Mike for a long time, and we've, as Marty says, we've constantly been looking for something that we could bring people along with us, and we could, those 97, 98% of us that have never really made it online could have some success and not have to rely on recruiting people. And this was just ideal. Onpassive came along, and we are so excited about just seeing this to its fruition. And I think that after retiring, I'm getting a little bit of a feel for what time freedom is like, and I like it. And with Onpassive just about ready to launch, we're getting into pre-launch and then launch. Life looks good. So I do look forward to one of the things that I'll end with here is that as we have built this business over the last 2 years, we have developed relationships with all of you here and people from all over the world that have just been outstanding, unbelievable, beyond my wildest dreams. I never thought I'd be talking to somebody in Africa and then India and then Europe and all the way over in the Philippines and not only talking with them, but developing relationships with them, and then just watching their growth from being signed up as a founder to becoming a leader. And it's just been amazing to watch these teams grow and the excitement build with Onpassive about ready to launch. You can feel the excitement, you can feel the energy, and I feel it just like all of you. So we look forward to hearing from some of you people that don't get to talk much. And I'd love to hear your stories. And so I'll turn it back over to you, Marty or Mike. Which one? Who's taking it away?
Yeah, Marty. And again, it's like Marty knows so many people here, and sometimes I just pick on. Yeah, Marty. So I'm going to turn it back over to Marty. Yeah.
All right.
So Marty, pick on some people. Call some people out.
Let me call some people out. Well, first let me have some volunteers. Would anybody like to step forward and have something to say?
Hey, Marty, Daryl here.
No, anybody but you, Daryl. I'm just kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'm going to have another cup of coffee. Hey, I came out of the education world, and I was reading an article by Forbes back in May, and it said that before the pandemic, that the marketing world was projecting the online education to be a $350 billion business before the pandemic. I haven't got the numbers after that, but I kind of like what Mike Williams does with all of that. If we just could capture 1/10 of that market, that would bring in, just for, if we were 500 founders strong when we launched, that's a 350 customers just like that for every one of the founders. I just get thinking like that, and I'm going, that's one product, Academy and something like that. Is that amazing? There you go. That's my story.
No, fantastic. It's powerful. This is so powerful. It's more, most people don't even know what's going to happen that are our founders. Anthony, you want to say something, don't you? I see you sitting there. Go ahead.
Hi, good day to the co-founders family, the Onpassive massive crew. I just want to say it's a nice thing to be here. It's a great opportunity for everybody to be inspired. Unity is strength, and with strength we have the power to do anything. Everything becomes possible when we're united, but when we divided, we have no power to go forward in anything that we are doing. So the thing about it, how it is with man, and some people have this, feelings they don't trust. The thing is about trust, building trust with each other. If we could do that, we could go far places, even further than what we imagine that is possible to do. Because in the time of the Tower of Babel, the people united to build the Tower of Babel because they united. And then when they get divided and speaking different tongues and languages, they end up crashing. So if we learn a little example from that script, then we will see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if we don't learn, so we keep hearing things over and over and over, but sometimes some people, because of the problems they might be going through in their life presently, they might end up with doubts in their mind about it. So I don't know what we could do for them to have a little more trust and believe in the vision, because they say the people will perish without a vision if we don't have a vision. So I see this as a vision. If we see the vision, then we will see it really manifested. You understand? So my testimony, I always know that it had online business, but I never was involved in online business. I now starting to learn about it through Onpassive, through my family. She live in America, and she who told me about it. And I just take a chance. Everything is a chance, because nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. You understand? Every day is a different day. Next thing you know, you get up tomorrow, you get a surprise. Bam! You see wealth in your account. What are you going to say? You know how it happened? Oh, you know how it happened? Because we in a company with a vision. I need to have a vision for the world to be blessed. You understand? It's a vision for the world to be blessed. You understand? If we unite, we will have the strength to do anything, And if we divided, we wouldn't have no strength and everything would have been chaos. We had to come to something. We had to come to something. We had to come to some reason. So when they reach to the point when they had a lunch, everything will be complete. Once the company come and lunch, everything will be complete in total. But not everything had to be a rush. People thinking that they need to see it happening now. You understand? So they're looking for that because they hear the whole concept of the business and they get excited. So they say, oh gosh, I need to get this thing to lunch now. We pick a lunch now. You know, some people based on the problems now that they're having in their life presently. So it's all of that. So sometimes when you hear people saying, oh gosh, when it gonna lunch? When it gonna lunch? Let me tell you something. When a fowl lay an egg, the egg don't hatch one time. It just take a period in time before it can hatch. The mother had to come and sit on it, warm up the egg for it to hatch. You understand? Or if you're making bread, you gotta leave it in the oven for a certain time. But if you over leave it in the oven, it will burn the bread and the bread wouldn't be good to use anymore. That is just a little example of how I seen it. So whilst we, during this period in time, whilst the company on its way to launch, people just had to watch at it. It has so much examples in life that could show us. If we watch in life, we will see the example and then we will understand what Onpassive is. That's my contribution. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Mike, Dan, Marty. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anthony. Fantastic. Who else is gonna? Somebody got their hand up, but I lost it for some reason. Anybody else?
Well, Gordon here, you hear me?
Gordon, we can hear you.
I'm from Lakewood, Washington, which is just out of Tacoma, south of Seattle. And I've been trying to get a hold of support because I've paid for 2 people that are in Ghana, but I need to get that payment transferred to their emails so they can sign the agreement.
Okay, listen, Gordon, what I want you to do is write me at onpassivenation@gmail.com and I'll help you out.
Okay, go where now?
Onpassive Nation, one word.
Oh, Nation?
Onpassivenation@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll do that.
And I'll help you out. Thank you.
Okay, I really appreciate that. And I'm going to finish watching today too. So, but I
Okay.
appreciate that. And
You're
I'll
welcome.
talk to you later.
All right, thank
Thanks.
you. Anybody else?
Everybody.
Oh, Diane, go ahead.
Hey, Marty. Hi,
Hello.
Mike and Dan and everybody. Pretty special day today. My third granddaughter was born. Well, third grandchild was born in the wee hours of today. Yeah, I know, exciting. So that's a pretty big reason why I'm so excited about Onpassive, because it's going to give them a future that they likely wouldn't have been able to have. You know, they would be comfortable and okay, but this is going to open a lot of doors for them. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm a new grandma again. Thanks.
Congrats, Grandma. You don't look like a grandma to me, but hey, congrats. I'm pitching somebody from the Beverly Hillbillies, I guess. Stephen. Oh, Stephen. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I think the coolest thing about this is we're at the very beginning, and the fact that we have just our basic portfolios. When Jeff said yesterday on the German webinar about way more portfolios in the works, always the cutting edge, always each department of portfolio having its own group to make sure that we have upgrades and updates constantly, as well as when Jeff said something about physical products in the future as well, totally blew my mind yesterday. Along with the passion and the excitement from everybody that was on the panel, in the German webinar. I think every webinar that we get a chance to attend brings us closer together as a family, and fireside chat and talking with Ash and everything else. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and the future is so bright, you got to wear shades.
Thank you, Stephen. And you're right. You know, we know there's somewhere around 50 packages or 50 portfolios, I should say. I think that's the word Mike was looking for earlier. Yeah, portfolios. When I talked to Ash the other day, he called right before the meeting. He was already telling me about something new that none of us know about. There is no end to the products and portfolios that the Onpassive is going to have. There isn't. And let me tell you the beauty of it. Whatever we pay now, we get in as a founder or whatever our monthly payment, which comes out of our profits, which is mind-blowing. Whatever's added to that, we don't have to pay more. We just get it. It's just another stream of income. I mean, people need to realize that. As this mad scientist is creating more things, and he has nothing but a bunch of people in India that's the kind of mind they have. What about this? What if we could do this? And what about, and that's what they're doing day after day after day. We just sit back and reap the rewards. I mean, it's no doubt about it. My wife just handed me coffee. Like I need that right now. Thank you very much.
Marty, I see Chris Johnson has his hand raised.
Where is Chris Johnson? Go ahead, Chris. Unmute yourself, Chris. There you go.
Wow, I'm excited, you guys. You have no idea. I just want to personally thank every one of you guys, because that's real. I retired at 53 years old. My last 8 years, I was working 14 hours a day. I didn't know what day it was. So my buddy Pete called me and he said, hey, Chris, you got to check this out. It was 15 minutes. I was already signed up. I knew nothing. I have lived this since October of last year. I've learned so much from all you guys, and I can't tell you how the excitement in my heart, my life that is right now, as you can see, which is horrible. I'm having a great hair day, aren't I? All I want to do is share this with people, and a lot of people don't see it. I saw it. I saw it in the first five minutes. The numbers that Mike Ellis, what you put out always blows me out of the water. So I can't tell you enough what this means to me, my family. Marina, she's always blowing me away, and I'm too emotional right now, but I just want to say thank you. And if you don't understand this, get involved. I've plugged myself in so much that, you know, every socket in my house has got a plug in it right now, because I don't want to miss anything about it. But all I'm asking is share this. Listen to these wonderful people on this screen. Every one of them have taught me something. Every one of you have taught me something. And that's amazing. Every day I learn something new. If people just look at the market and the numbers, and I guess what's really getting me now is I'm coming into the Onpassive. Wow, we care. You know, we care about the world. What Ash is doing, woo, that's amazing. And that's part of why I got into this too, as I did see the money potential, but I'm thinking, man, I'm that kind of guy that goes to a store and sees someone, they need a buck or they don't have enough money. I'm the guy that says, hey man, here, let me help you out. And I believe that's what Onpassive is all about. So on that note, I'm too emotional, but I want to thank you and welcome everyone, and just keep doing what you're doing. This is only going to get better. It's only going to get better. I love you all. Thank you.
Chris, this is why we have fireside chats, buddy, for just what you just did. And I'm glad you're part of the family. You're not here by accident, trust me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to say thank
Marty.
you, Chris.
Thank you, very good.
Oh, go ahead.
Somebody.
Marty. Yes.
Hello.
I'm in Florida, and
Hello.
I'm a beaten up network marketer from about 25 to 30 years. I think I've tried just about everything in the world, made a lot of money in one particular one, but it's not something that you can stay with because everybody in your group, they tend to leave and go somewhere else. So you lose your income, then you have to build again. And a gentleman that's been with my company for over 25 years, he called me and he said, you have got to look at this. And respecting him, I did. I mean, I get calls all the time from every network marketing around because they knew that I was successful. And I always say, no, you have to stick with one thing. You can't be switching around. You have to stick with it. So I did. And I continue to make money, but I'm at the point in my life where I do not want to. I'm supposed to be in my golden years, and I want my golden years to start because they haven't been too many golden years. And I saw this, and I was apprehensive for a little while until I listened to you guys and I listened to Ash. And I listened to the first call. I think he was on there 4.5 hours. And I said, wow, this is real. This is not somebody that gets on the phone, talks to you for 5 minutes and gets off. And it just really turned my heart. I really believe that this is something that's going to help everybody. And it doesn't matter if you're in network marketing or not. You can use it for anything that you want to, and also help your relatives, which I want to do. So I haven't told as many people as you guys, but I am telling the people that mean the most to me, and I feel that that's the way I have to go. But I really, really thank you, and I really admire and really want to meet Ash because I think he is incredible, what he has come up with. And especially now with all the companies that are kicking people off of their sites and destroying people right and left, like Facebook and Twitter. And I just think that I know he's going to have a fair system that everybody can be on, and I know that he's going to do it right. Everything that he says, I really, really believe, and I can't wait to see this open and go to the moon. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. I'm glad you came on today. Who else we got? There's a lot of people here. Somebody.
Hello, this is Sherry.
Sherry. Hello, Sherry.
You know, the one that's everywhere.
Yeah,
anyway,
you're everywhere. Yes.
I try to be, but not quite. But anyway, not as much as you, I'm sure. And by the way, thanks for answering me. I looked at my message on Facebook like in the middle of the night when I got up to go to the restroom, and you had already messaged me. Do you even sleep? Anyway, thank you, Marty. Anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody I've been in this since 8/3/18, and I got in this. I first listened to Ash's tapes back in the day, and I just knew right then that he had a heart. And I was involved in another networking company, which I'm still involved in. And I don't get into anything unless it's heartfelt and I know I could help people. So I was receiving residual income on that, thankfully, because I am a divorced person who each time my money got chopped more and more. And I didn't even know how I was able to get food for my kids when they came over. I didn't even have gas to go pick them up. So I had joined a networking group, and I didn't do that well, and I sold things here and there enough to get by, and my team would grow, and they would crash, grow, and would crash. But when I saw Ash's things, I was like, I mostly got in because of his heart, and I'm that type of person. And I just can't wait till we launched, not so much for the money, because I want to hear people's story on the things that they've done to help others. So that's really what I'm excited for, more than even the money. I mean, of course, the money's going to help everybody, and so that I can take my money and share it with what I want to do. I'm kind of like you all. Somebody on the street, they need money, or food, I'll give it to them. And I actually help my daughter who feeds the host. We call them out here houselessness. And if I could give her more money and more of my time, that would just be awesome, because she's a vegan chef, and I help her with that. But I can't wait to see where this is all going to go. I'm so excited. And I do share with a lot of people. Some people just don't get it, but I'm like, okay, I'll just come back, or you'll use our platforms eventually. Yeah, I'm just excited. I just can't wait. And if anybody out there needs any kind of help, don't mind sharing my story. And that's just a little bit about my story. It goes a lot deeper. But thanks for everything that you all do. Red, and can't even name them off. Marty, Mike, Dan. There's several. Marina. So many people. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. And back over to you, Marty and Mike.
We love you, Sherry. You're everywhere. I'm glad you're everywhere.
Thank you.
Who else? Somebody, I know there's a lot of people, no doubt about it. Peter Rogers just popped on. Peter, you started this mess, buddy.
Hello? Yeah, Hildegard wants to speak, Marty.
Yeah, if I can. Go ahead, Hildegard. I'm sorry, you got to kind of butt in here. Yeah, everybody's.
I got to butt in here. Okay,
yeah,
I butt in here
yeah.
from Canada. Thank you so much for my new family. It's amazing. I joined Onpassive in July last year. My friend Piotr from Switzerland sent me an email, and I instantly called him and said, "Are you kidding me? There is somebody who wants to share their profits with me? In what company does that happen, dude? Like, what have you been smoking?" And interestingly enough, I said, "Okay, how can I meet your leader?" And he said, "Well, $102, put your money on your credit card and go and study the back office." And I was just blown away. It took me a couple of recordings. And again, the focus was there. What is Ash saying? Who are all of you people? And tears came out of my eyes. And I thought, really? Like, there are people on this planet who care about strangers? That moved me to tears. And I feel the last 6 months, not only has Ash delivered things from, the building in Hyderabad, creating more and more products. Every time he comes onto a webinar, he surprises us with something else. It's almost like I'm a little kid and I get a new toy every time I come onto a Thursday webinar. And then the support. I'm in this European, like German, Swiss, Spanish team with Piotr Sonot, and then of course Alberto Sanchez, and then I met up with Sean Cyrus here in Toronto. It's amazing. Like, people teach me how to make PowerPoint presentations and how to do Zoom and all of these things. It's really, for me, the Onpassive family is a lived experience, and then looking at my own team, how initially I hesitantly said, well, you're a business person, maybe you want to look at this, or you're a scientist, or you have experience in network marketing. The people and the caliber of people that then joined my team is incredibly moving. And I'm so grateful for, I've been locked down here, yet I feel I have more contact now with people than I had when I was allowed to go places. So thank you very much to everybody, and Noel, Marina, and Marty, and Mike, and everybody. I really love being here. And I believe that humanity as a family is really loving and kind and brilliant. And let's spread that love. And I appreciate Onpassive as a vehicle for doing that. So thank you, everybody, for giving me a chance to address you today.
Thank you, Hildegard.
Fantastic, Hildegard. Fantastic. I'm so glad you were here. You are here. Anyone else?
Hello, William Delorme here.
William, how you doing?
Very pleasant to be
We can
here.
hear you okay.
My sponsor is Evangelist Marcel in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in the hospital from October the 3rd, 2020 to December the 10th, 2020. I was on my wheelchair behind the computer when I got home for 2 hours and I was tired. But I can stand 5 hours. That is a good sign. Onpassive is worth dying for. I'm crushed, not destroyed.
You're doing okay, William. Don't worry about it. Everything's okay. Take it easy. I see you all the time. You're in all the meetings and stuff, and we got your back, buddy. I know you're a good guy, and you're in a good place. So you remember, if you need anything, you know you can contact us. So you know.
I need a walk-in bathroom, and Onpassive will do that. And I have a friend, Marie. She has MS and a knee replacement, and I can do it for her.
Yeah, Onpassive is for everyone. That's what I love about it. You don't have to be anything special because I'm far from special. I'm a
What does
misfit.
that mean?
I'm from
I
Misfit
wish to
Island.
help others might be a bigger vision. I will walk again with God's grace.
Yes.
Onpassive gives me hope. Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you, William. Where are we going from here?
Now I'm worried about fucking Terry from our
Oh, I thought that was red.
There's TH Mia has their hand up.
Okay, go. Yeah, you got your hand up. Go ahead. Oh, hello. Unmute yourself, TH Mia.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me, Marty?
Yes, very clear. Yes.
Oh my God, it's such an honor to meet you. Wow. And
No,
I've
it's
seen
not.
so many.
Take it easy. It's not that much of an honor. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm glad you're
Yeah,
here.
and
Yeah.
thank you so very much. And it's a great, great honor being here with everyone. My phone is just ringing. Are you hearing this ring also? No, only I'm hearing it in the headphone, but they're going to hang up. So I'm just at the moment totally touched by William. I feel I am trembling, yeah, because this is so real. I mean, how much more real can it get? You know, like we're real people here, and we are real community, and we are a real family. You know, it goes way beyond what the definition of a company is. And yeah, this year has been quite crazy for me because I'm originally from Hungary, and when I was 7, we escaped from Hungary with my family to Germany, and I lived 40 years in Germany. And this year I said, because everything has gotten a little bit upside down, I need to get away for like 10 days. I decided to come to Greece, to the island of Corfu. And out of 10 days became 3 months. So I was August, September, October in Greece, and then I said, okay, I guess I'm going to have to stay here. Something tells me I have to stay here. And then I went back. I gave up my apartment in Germany, and I came back, and I'm living here in Greece now on this island in the Ionian Sea since 6 months. And I went swimming this morning, and it's really freezing outside, you know. And my landlord said she declared me crazy, you know, that I went swimming. But this is like really something for me to face my fears, and it's like a feeling of rebirth, you know, doing this. And just when I was in the room and I was in the bathroom, and I was thinking, oh my God, I have the feeling this is my only chance here. Really making something out of my life, you know. And I have started 4 months ago, and I said, okay, if I have 27 people in my team, I'll be so happy and I will feel so lucky. But after I was 25, it started working from itself, you know. Now, like, I look in my back office, and I have all of a sudden I have 32 people, you know, and it looks as if my team starts to work, and I have the feeling I have the best team in the world. And it's just amazing, Marty, Marina. It's just amazing what you guys, Ash Mufareh. I mean, for me, he is the most genius, eloquent speaker in the whole world. I mean, this guy, he can speak for 3 hours and he never repeats one word. It's like, it's unbelievable how much energy he puts into this, you know, how much passion he puts into this. And I recorded my first YouTube video, you know, I put it online. I'm sharing it everywhere on Facebook, on, you know, it's just, I can't wait for the day of the start of this magical, undescribable, it leaves me speechless invention that this guy with his incredible team has created. And yeah, I repeat it again, Marty, it is a great, great honor for me to be here and to be a part of this. My family is in, my sister is joining, she's in the webinars, my mother is going to be in the first webinar on Monday, and I'm sending just all of you so many loving blessings to anywhere that you are. This is what we have been waiting for since eons, okay? Not only in this lifetime, it's like this is what humankind has been waiting for since many lifetimes. This is the answer to all the questions. I love you all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mia, thank you so much.
Have you back.
Yeah. Keep jumping in the cold water. It's working for you. It's working for you big time. Who else? Hey.
Get Peter Rogers.
Oh, Red, we'll let you talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Say me, I said Peter Rogers.
Oh, okay, all right, Peter Rogers. We'll let Peter Rogers talk. We're gonna.
Marty, there's a few. Sorry.
I've got some questions anyway, so come back to me after.
Yeah, we'll be back, Red. Peter?
Marty, there's a few people in the attendees that have their hands raised to be put onto the panel. Can you?
Yeah, I've been putting them on as we go.
Oh, thank you.
I'm like Quick Draw McGraw here. I'm going back and forth. I see them. Peter, troublemaker. Go ahead, you troublemaker, Peter Rogers.
Troublemaker. Yeah. Well, thanks, Marty. Obviously, I've created a lot of trouble here. There's so many people here. Which, you know, I love listening to everybody's stories, and everybody's got a story to tell. And you know, when we got involved, me and Red, when we got involved in this in the beginning, you know, we didn't know the amount of people that we were going to sort of meet and basically show them this business and them to share their vision and what they see and what they want out of the business, and they're telling us and showing and sharing us, you know, sharing their story with us as well. And you know, I've met so many fantastic people, you know, building teams, and it's like Tia Mia, she was just saying about looking in her office and seeing a team growing. You know, when you actually look in your back office and you can see, you know, you've put the work in, a bit of work in, and you can see the excitement of your team growing. You know, it's basically, it's excitement, because you can see it grows every day. You know, you get the extra few people that join, and you know those people are excited as you are. And you know, we've only just started. You know, although we've been doing this and building this for 2 years, we've only just started. And when this launches, just hold on to your hats. That's all I can say. You know, it's going to be phenomenal. You just cannot believe what's going to happen. And Michael Williams covered this in a video the other day on the webinar. And you know, I suggest you listen to that, because that is something to listen to. And I'm not going to rabbit on. I'm going to let somebody else talk. I like listening to people and let them tell their story. Okay, Marty.
Thanks, Peter.
Hey, Marty.
Hold on, I'm trying
How's
to
it
look
going?
around. There you are. Trevor Peters, what's up?
How's it going, everybody? Had an awesome get together with Julie and Milo yesterday, following you guys' awesome footsteps. Fantastic. Those two are really knocking it out of the park with this thing for sure. I just wanted to say a couple of words about the importance of following up. I'm pretty sure nobody else is aware, because I'm about to reveal it for the first time ever, but August 12th, 2018, this is 4 days after I became a founder on August 7th, I sent a little message out to Derek Venter and told him about Onpassive. Well, he must have been a little too busy, didn't catch it, and I never followed up. It was December since I sent the next message to him. He said he'd already signed up. So I could literally have the whole entirety of Onpassive Nation on my team right now if I had just signed up or talked to him and followed up. But, you know, that's beside the point. None of that even matters, because all of us, every single one of us that are in this business at this very point in time, are going to win no matter what. Ash is going to work for every single one of us, no matter how big our team is, even if we don't have a team. And eventually, we'll be on the plus side. And that's pretty much just all I wanted to say. I just wanted to let that cat out of the bag there and kind of kick myself in the butt publicly for it. But yeah, just keep following up with folks, guys. The power of following up. I mean, you look at David Bacow with what Marty DeGarmo did with him. He sent him like 30 freaking emails. And finally, the guy's like, okay, I guess I better take a look at this. And look at what he's got going on in Papua New Guinea right now as we're speaking. Pretty awesome. So that's my spiel for today, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Trevor. And remember something, this is no doubt. We've only just begun. Go listen to the song. I mean, this is nothing right now compared to what's going to happen after launch. Really. I mean, within days, I think people are going to be astonished at the explosion of Onpassive. It starts now, but the explosion will be when it launches. So we're all in for a treat, I'm sure. Red Redford looking good as you ought to. Please.
You want me to speak as well?
Yeah, you better.
Okay, I'm going to do a few questions, but before I do that, I just want to go through a few things. We've had some great speakers on here today, telling their stories, all the rest of it, why they got in and everything. As you know, I do a lot of the Q&As behind the scenes, answering the questions. Now, I answer the questions because I know the answers. Now, how do you think I know the answers? I have not got a magic phone to Ash that we speak daily. It's Marty who's got that, not me. You know, I don't have any inside information of all of these answers that I give to your questions. The way that I get all of these answers to all of the questions that you're asking is by being plugged in, going to the webinars, being plugged into the groups, reading the community, reading the updates on all of these. I'm no special. I'm no different to any of you. yes, I do get a lot of questions asked me that I go and find out and all the rest of it. But every single one of you out here now, whether you're a founder or you're looking at Onpassive, all of the information that you want to answer your question is available out there somewhere. All you have to do is go onto YouTube, onto Facebook, or into the Onpassive blogs. The information is there for answering your questions. So if you're going to be asking when soft launch, if you're going to be asking when is main launch, how much money am I going to make when we launch, all these types of questions, all these answers are out there. All you got to do is spend a bit of time. And the main reason why you should spend a bit of time researching all of this is this. This is your business. It's Ash Mufareh's company, but Onpassive is your own individual business. And if you want your business to succeed, you have to have the answers to the questions that anybody is going to ask you. There's nothing worse than you are prospecting somebody, you've sent the information to them, and they say, yeah, but what about this? Can you do this? Am I allowed to do that? Blah, de, blah. And you're going, I'll get back to you. It's not very professional. If you want your business to succeed, sure, you need the passion, you need the vision, you need to have all the answers of what is going to happen. But part of that is to plug yourself in and get going. Anyway, that is my little spiel. Plus, if you dip into my YouTube channel, I'm continually doing like a Q&A update for questions that people regularly answer, and you can share these to anybody anyway. So if you don't know and somebody asks you a question, send them my video and I'll answer it. So this is going open now to the mega list of panelists that we have on here. Marty will do it. I've only got 4 questions here, Marty, so they're pretty easy anyway. Jane Helms asked, obviously, regarding what's been happening online with websites being closed down, chat rooms, etc. Has Onpassive security issues? Are they secure? And if they are, how are they going to be monitored? Anybody want to take this up? I know that Jeffrey Murlock covered it on a Thursday. If nobody wants to take it up, I will. But if somebody does, that's absolutely fine.
Go for
Okay,
it,
yeah, go on then. Go for it.
No, I said you go for it. You.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jeffrey Murlock said what is happening is we are going to be cloud-based, and this is going to be a fluid cloud-based, which means we are not going to be tied to one cloud at a time. So if one person or one company is making any objections to us being on there, we can very easily move to another. This is a fluid-based company, which means we can move around. We are not going to be tied to one country, one cloud, one server. So if one does close us down for any reason, which they won't do anyway, we can move. And don't forget, guys, majority of what's been happening at the moment has been for one reason and one reason only. It's because it's been political. Onpassive is not a company of politics. Onpassive is a company of love. We love everybody. So we are not out there in a political environment. So this will not be happening at all. The other question from Carol said, what's the best way to sign up a family member if I want to sign them up? Now, there's been a lot of discussion about, do I go wide or do I go deep? My understanding is that wide is better than deep because of the compensation plan as I know it at the moment. I think that on your first level, your immediates, there will be a higher payment than those underneath you. And don't forget, anyway, we are paying the company to market for us. So any founders that are coming in from the company are already going to be building your team for you. So you might as well go wide, and then you will have a larger team anyway. Plus you will get paid a little bit extra for your front line. And the best of it all is you will get to your 3 for free a lot quicker if you go wide. All right. Okay. There's third question, and there's only four. Is how many of the Onpassive products are ready for beta testing at the moment? Now, if you guys were on a webinar about 3 months ago, you would know that Ashmi Farid said that he thinks that they will be ready to start beta testing 15 to 20 products by the 18th of January. And this will start in-house in the offices in Hyderabad. How much longer after that he will let them loose to us, the founders, we do not know. And when this happens, this will be when soft launch happens. But 15 to 20 products, we have been told, will start beta testing on the 18th of January. And the last question is, how do I get, will I get any bonus on my existing team on soft launch? The answer to that is no. It does not matter how many you have in your existing team at the moment. You will only receive a bonus on any new founders coming in during the soft launch. Okay, but it stands to reason. If you have a large team, then you are going to get a bonus on that large team. When the campaign starts on soft launch, which it will do, okay, the company go out marketing for us and bringing in new customers and, well, sorry, new founders to our business. These will fall into your existing founders in your own team, and you will receive a bonus of $2 on levels 2 to 14. If it is direct to you, then you will receive $20. Anyway, guys, that's it for the questions I've got now. Thanks very much. You're all doing an absolutely awesome job. And like Peter said, it is fantastic to listen to all your stories. Do you know something? I've been moved, physically moved tonight by some of these stories. It is amazing. Everyone has a story to tell. Marty says this time and time and time again. Everyone has a story to tell. So do not think you haven't got one, because you have. And the Fireside Chat is the perfect place for you to let your hair down. Well, not like me, because I haven't got any, but let your hair down, get in there and tell us your story. Thanks very much, Marty.
You the man, Red. You the man, Red. Thank you.
Buddy, if I can just ask a question from the deaf community that I have a Telegram group for. If anyone else here has anyone that's hard of hearing or deaf, please let me know. I'll actually post the link in the chat for the Telegram group, and there you guys can all join the Facebook group that they have as well. And I try to communicate as much information as we can. But Jasmine from this group wants to know, wanted to clarify that if you do not make your payment after the year, because when we launch, our founder member position is valid for 1 year. Then it goes up to $997 and it's valid for another year, correct? What happens if you don't pay that? If you opt to not pay that?
You lose your position.
What effect does it have on you as a founder, and does it affect your commissions?
Yeah, you lose your position. You are not a founder any longer.
But what about the customers that you have in your team?
Doesn't affect that at all. It's just you just won't be a founder. That's it.
So you'll still, that's what I responded. I said that you will still have your previous customers that signed up under you, and you'll still be getting the residual income from there.
Yeah,
and obviously you paid as a customer.
You're 100%
so they just
right.
wanted to know what's the benefit of then still being a founder.
Well, there's lots of benefits. There's lots of benefits always to be a founder, because don't forget, we've already been told as a founder, we will get more marketing traffic as a founder than you would do as a reseller. There's also bonuses that are in place that are only for founders and not for resellers. So there is a lot. And don't forget as well, also, resellers are not going to be part of the time-stamped company payment plan, whereas founders are. So there's a lot of benefits that are involved with being a founder right now. Plus, we will be able to, as founders right now, of course, Marina, you can grow a team prior to launch to the world, whereas a reseller you won't. But on your question of what will happen in the future, if you do not want to be a founder, you'll end up being just a reseller with a team as a reseller, because don't forget, resellers will be able to grow teams as well. You just won't be a founder. But I am sure, I'm positive that after a year, by the time you get to that end of the year, people will be throwing that $997 at Ash saying, pick me, Mark, pick me. I want to be in. I'm not going anywhere, you know, because they can see the benefits of being a founder rather than a reseller. And I'm sure there's going to be other incentives as we move along the year anyway that are going to be only specific to founders.
Yeah, thank you. I just needed clarification on that.
Hey, the wallet you have too in your back office would help pay for the membership too, right?
Yeah, just like anything else, it'll come out of your profits. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. That's what I wanted.
And by the way, I'm going to say this up front. I'll pay $100,000 to be a founder in a year, just so people know.
I'll pay yours for you anyway, Marty.
You're right. Technically, you probably will.
You're on then.
Yeah, or Peter's going to. I'm going to get it out of one of you two. Yeah.
I just want to sort of add to what Red was saying about building width as well. Obviously, there's a great benefit for you to build width because you get a bigger bonus payment on the width. But also, it is beneficial for you to build a downline as well. I mean, myself and Red have built teams, and obviously what we've done as well, we've actually put people below us. And what that does to your team, if you've got somebody down below who's struggling, I'll give you an example. We built a line down. We put 10 people down in a line, and then we added people to that line going down. But the people in that line could see the growth growing, and they get excited, and then they put a bit of effort in to put their own width in as well. So you're helping the team. You know, it's great building width. I mean, but you know, obviously as well, think about building downwards as well, because you're helping people. The idea of this is to help people, and you know, and that's what we've done. And to be fair, it's benefited the team, and I can't really say no more than that. But you know, build downline as well. Okay. Passing you back, Marty.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. And remember, if you're not a builder or whatever, you're bringing family members in, just bring them with your personal referral link, give it to them, and let them sign up. Don't worry about going down, because once you get to the fourth person, they're going down anyway. And so is everybody after that. So it's okay. Just go wide. The company's going to force you to go down. And remember, there's people above you building too, not just the company. So you're going to be filled in no matter what you do, really. So I'm sure there's a lot more people that want to talk. Anthony, go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask a question, right? Like with the founders now, the people who came in for Christmas, during the period for Christmas time, right? And then like the people who came in after them, those people who come in after will be falling under the people who came in during Christmas time, or how it will be pertaining to that? I just wanted to know.
Well, I mean, Michael can answer this, but what happens is, let's say people that came in June, for example, 300,000 people joined after that. Not all 300,000 people are going to be directly under you. They will fill in from left to right, so you will get some of that overflow. You have a greater chance because it's older and more people join. But remember, it's filling left to right, you know, from left to right down. So it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, timestamp's very important. But I know there's some people that think, okay, I started, there were 17,000, now there's 300,000. I've got 200 and X amount of thousand people directly under me. No, they started after you. You have, I would assume you're going to have some under you, yes, but you don't know exactly how many. It depends on how they fall in, because everything will be condensed after people start paying. But yeah, an older position obviously is better. And if you're listening to this and you're not in, get in now because it's only going to grow more. When we hit soft launch, you're going to see another boost of many thousands of people coming in. I believe that. So,
excuse, hello?
Could we ask Victor Maladi to come on and speak? He's a big leader, building a big team. And if he could come and say a few words, that'd be great. Victor.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all, the panelists, all the leaders around the whole world. And my appreciation goes to Ash Mufara, the CEO. I came to this company just about 3.5 months ago on the 27th of August. And the reason why I joined the company was that I was looking for something that I want. So there's no convincing, there's no coercing. So I know what I want and I know where I'm going to. For those of you who don't know me, I've been a safety officer for 13 years. I was living from hand to mouth, from paycheck to paycheck. And it got to a stage in my life and I said, I've got to take a new direction. So I went into motivational speaking because I love helping people. I love, giving inspiration, seeing people making it in life, living their dream. So along the line, I was doing that and I joined some affiliate marketing just to complement my speaking engagement. And I joined a program. I won't say it's a company. I relied on that program. I started, going around the world, almost every part of the world. I went, because of this company, I was motivating, giving inspiration to people. People were joining, like truck of loads, joining that company. And I made money, to be honest, within the first 3 years. People that are brought into the business, they made a lot of money. Why, at the 4th year, the company, brought an excuse that the payment company, because they were using third party, they said, oh, they've got a problem. So the company went down the drain. And unfortunately, those people that joined in the last 4th year, they lost their other income. It was very, very devastating for me because people joined this company just because of what I said on stage. They believe in me, they love me, they trusted me. And I said, at that point, I won't be promoting any company, any programs again because my reputation is at stake. So I would rather, live on my motivational career. So I was just going through my motivational messages, about 3.5 months ago, and I came across Peter Rogers and Red Frame's webinar. And I listened to it. Something, told me, I would say it's just the act of God. I listened to that webinar from the beginning to the end, and I realized that, Onpassive is a game changer for all of us. And what are the points that I was looking for? I want a company that will cater for everybody, not just the guru marketers, not just somebody like me that know how to promote or motivational speaker that know how to talk. I want a company that will cater for everybody, regardless of your level, regardless of who you are. So this company caters for that because it caters for 97% of people that failed online. I realized that I can use this company 1 point. It ticked my box. Number 2, what are they selling? Do they have products? Are the products legitimate and viable? And I realized that Onpassive has got that products. Not just one product, 50 products under one umbrella. It's no-brainer. I said I will go for it. One of the products that I really love most, O-Connect, that works the same way as Zoom. When I look at Zoom, the amount they charge people every month, the amount they charge companies every month, look at what they made in the last 12 months. I said, oh, Onpassive, I will go for it. Number 3, who is behind the company? Who is the CEO? Who are the people behind it? And that very day that I listened to the webinar, I signed up straight away. I didn't leave it to the next day because I know what I want. You don't have to convince me or coerce me. I've not met Roger Peter or Reframe, but I joined, I signed up and I paid my 97 pounds because I don't want to miss that opportunity. The following Thursday, I attended the webinar, and I saw Ash Mufara, giving us, his vision. I was almost in tears with with what this guy has for the whole world. A guy that has the heart of the people. We have so many gurus around the whole world. This one is one in a million. Ash Mubara, you know, and that's why I'm appreciating him, and I'll continue to appreciate him for the rest of my life for what he has brought to the world to change the whole world. People are dying of hunger. People don't have clothes to wear. People don't have a place to live. This is a game changer that will help us to help a lot of people, both in Africa, Asia, America, Europe, all over the world. And I said, I will go for this company. I will do all my best. I will go all over the country, you know, to promote this company. Number 4, this company guarantees you success. Whether you like it or not, you will succeed in this company. They promote for you, they build your customer base, they drive traffic to your link, and they build you up. Whether you do anything, This is the first company in my life that says they will build your customer base. I can guarantee you that when we launch to the public, most of the multi-level marketing will go down the drain because people are looking for a company like this. And that's why I'm so passionate in talking about this company, Onpassive. Not only that, Onpassive guarantees you money back. What have you got to lose? $97 to change your life, to change your family life is no brainer. And those are the reasons why I joined Onpassive. I want to thank Ash Mufara again, all the panelists, Matt Digamo, you know, Refrem, Peter Roger, Mike Wellis, all of you. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Bye.
Victor, I think you should have a little bit of coffee, buddy. You're too laid back. Milo. Milo's in the house. Milo. You don't sleep, do you, Milo? You stop sleeping, you and Julie.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Marty, man, and Mike? Thanks so much for having this. This is great. Yeah, I got a little sleep last night, and she's off today, so she gave me the day off too, which is good, you know. But I'm so excited about what's going on the Julie Milo show. I feel like we're the most blessed people in the world, you know, because we get to sit down with the founders every day, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. I told her, hey, I'm getting too old for 3 of them, man. Let's cut it back to 2, you know. But anyway, we've been putting videos out there. If you haven't seen them, I know a lot of the people on the screen have been on it. Marty, you know, the different ones that we're waiting for. Peter Rogers is supposed to come on. In fact, I love your shirt, Peter, by the way. And Mike Ellis, we're hoping to get him on. We do have Michael coming on this week, so that's going to be great. Ash has promised us he's going to come on. But when we talk to these incredible founders, it is so great. I mean, when we learn the story, it's more like we get to sit for 30 minutes and we get to pull things out of them, or we talk about their lives and things you never would have thought of. Do you have any idea who Red has cooked for? Do you know that there's a founder that made a jump off the biggest building and he's in the Guinness Book of World Records? It's all there for you on the Julie Milo show. Do you know how Marty DeGarmo made his way up through the business? It's an incredible story. There is so many incredible stories. And like, I forget who it was, Red, I guess, was saying, you know, if you get engaged, that's the cool thing. If you get engaged, man, you learn things, and in my case, I get to talk to these incredible founders every day and talk about on cloud 9. That's me, because man, I'm hearing all these stories, and you hear the passionate stories of Willow Griffith, you know, and some of the different founders. It'll blow your mind, you know, and it is good to, you know, get engaged and stuff. But we also have, of course, Ash has told us, I think I told you that he's coming on. But we're just, we're enjoying life, man. And it's a lot of fun to be on the Julie Milo show, you know, and we are planning, we did a thing with Marina and Stephen Fox. We had both of them on the show, you know, and they were both great. But we did a webinar with them, and just by chance, someone said, because we do a lot of role playing, we have a lot of videos. We started out with videos on how will Onpassive help teachers, how will it help doctors, how will it help real estate people, and we do like a role play on it, and we put it out there for the teams to, you know, if you're looking to sign someone up like that, maybe it'll spark your mind to think of something else, you know. And so we were on that show, and I can't remember the young man's name, but it's hard to pronounce. But anyway, he said, hey, he said, I was just wondering if maybe you guys would do a role play and do a role play for a doctor. We said, oh, sure. You know, but here's the cool thing about it. Whenever you do something over and over, it becomes more familiar with you. So if you role play, if you have someone that you can role play with, or you listen to these role plays, all of a sudden it just becomes second nature to you. So when Julie just takes off and she starts asking me all these crazy questions about a doctor, you know, and stuff, and I'm answering them, you know, because I know from previous things that I have said, you know, it just becomes easier to do. But anyway, I just enjoy Onpassive. I love all the founders. It's an incredible place. I said, you know, I usually always say in the show, you know, I believe Onpassive is changing the world one person at a time. And it started with Ash Mafaro. But now there's this huge family that has come into this, you know. And when we first got into it and we all dreamed kind of about, well, wonder how much money we're going to make. I think that's all behind us now, because most of us have it in our mind that, you know, the money.
Sorry.
The money's already there for us. It's a done deal. You know, that is there. But now I think what the founders, almost everyone we talk to, talks about how they're going to be able to give back, how they're going to be able to bless this one. What a great way to provide something to the community and to friends, you know, and it doesn't matter who they are. You know, we've all got friends that can use help, whether it's family, friends, or acquaintances. When we start blessing people, the cool thing is, you know, you got this pot of money and you bless them with a gift to come onto your team or whatever. Well, guess what? That pot gets bigger. You know, it's the most amazing thing that can happen in Onpassive. So thanks a lot for letting me say a few words there, Marty. And I appreciate all of you, man. I love every one of you, man. And if you want to be on the Julie Milo show, you know, contact us. All right? Thank you, sir.
Fantastic, Milo.
I just wanted to add, I've put the Julie and Milo YouTube link in the chat. I urge you all to subscribe to them. I mean, they're doing about 2-3 videos a day, interviews or how Onpassive will help. So it really, really helps. I put all their content onto my channel as well, just to get the word out. And they are phenomenal. Thank you again, Milo. I can't stop applauding you and Julie for doing that, because it's really, really helped me have a better understanding of exactly how Onpassive can help in different industries. So awesome, well job, well done, good job.
Thanks, Marina, and thanks everyone that shared. I see Trevor down there also. We talked to him yesterday, had an incredible time, you know, but we just so enjoy talking with people. And thanks for everything all of you do. And remember, we're just putting it out there for you guys. We're putting it out there for the family. Anyone can use it however you want to. We just put it out there with no links, no nothing. And Chris Johnson, and we'd like to have you on our show too. I think I already sent you an invitation, but anyway, we love you guys. Hey, have a good one. Take her easy.
Thanks, Milo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who's next?
Hey, Marty, this is BA.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I have a question, and I see Mike Ellis there. He explains things I understand easily, but over the last few months, I've been hearing this information, and I guess it's probably been around forever, but I just didn't listen because I didn't care. Onpassive is what I'm doing. But I have a few founders that they're excited about Onpassive because of what it can do for their business. So I'm just now hearing that anybody's other business has to be approved. So I'm asking, what is that? What do you know what the approval process is? How long does it take? Can they not be approved? And what kind of perimeters are around there? The first example would be I have a founder that sells clothing to India, in India. He's all excited, wants to, so that type, you know, network marketers, what is that process and decision-making thing do you know about?
I don't know. I don't know that anyone knows. I do know if it's legit, I don't care what it is, they're going to let it happen because we're all independent of Onpassive, but they're not going to want something on there that's a scam or something like that. But they'll come out with that maybe during the soft launch and explain, you know, what we can and can't offer onto the platform. But I think it's pretty wide open as long as you're not doing a scam of some kind. But it's not linked to Onpassive anyway. So if somebody comes on and by accident grabs a company that's no good, which is pretty easy to do, it's not like it's going to trace back to Onpassive's problem. It's going to be the problem of the company anyway that we're talking about. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have guidelines, but nobody knows what that is yet, except for maybe Ash, and I'm sure they'll come out with that later.
Okay, because
Marty, I'd like to say something about that.
I live in a state that's marijuana stuff is legal, so it's CBD everything, you know. So that was another question also. So okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Marty, you remember when Ash went over the 10 or 12 steps, I guess the sniff test for any business out there?
Yeah.
That would be a good guideline for people to, you know, pass their own business for that sniff test, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, no doubt if you make those guidelines, but I think there's some legit businesses that may not hit all of those, all 12, because the only ones that hit everything on the guideline is Onpassive. So I don't know that everybody will make it. So
yeah, I think
Marty.
the first one would be that it's got to be legal and compliant.
Yeah, right. It's got to be legal. Yeah.
I mean, the
Just
best way, Marty, to explain it is we use Facebook at the moment, and if we want to buy something on Facebook, where do we go? We go to Marketplace. Now, Onpassive will have a very similar type of place. It won't be called Marketplace, but it will be the same type of thing. It's separate from Onpassive, but it's the place where all of the outside products and services will be for people to browse.
100% right.
So that's
exactly
basically
right.
what it will be within the company.
Right.
That they'll have something like Marketplace. You'll click on that, and that's where your business will be, and the people will be able to browse that. And don't forget, on top of this, if your business is approved by Onpassive, you will be able to drive traffic to your business through it. And not only will you be able to drive traffic, you'll be able to bespoke that traffic locally to your business. So if you are a florist from New Jersey, for instance, you only want people in New Jersey and surrounding area to know about your business. So when it comes to setting up your business with Onpassive through the domain name, part of that will be your targeted traffic. There will be a click box. You'll go tick, tick, tick. All the rest of it, area, like they do with Facebook, you know, for zones and areas and all the rest of it. Exactly the same with Onpassive. And so you will get targeted traffic to your own zones. Hope that helps.
Yep, I think you're about 99.9% gold. You're gold, Red. Who's next?
Marty, we had a young man here. His name is Clement, who's raising his hand.
There he is. Yeah, I see you down there. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Unmute yourself.
Hi, how's everybody? Hi. Hello, Marina. Clement from Africa. Thank you for your leadership. We truly appreciate it.
Clement, hoe gaan dit?
Het gaat alright. Hoe gaat het met u?
Lekker, lekker.
Ja, mooi zo. Dank je. Je praat Afrikaans, mooi. What I just want to find out, at Home Affairs, it's going crazy. I'm still struggling to get my ID, standing in lines with COVID and all of that stuff. I've started to get my new ID card. One of the questions I want to ask, I've got the ID, but it's like a bit broken up. And nowadays with cryptocurrency, even when I wanted to register with this other cryptocurrency exchange, they weren't happy the way my ID looked. It looked a bit scrappy. And so they didn't want to accept my identification. I saw on the one of the requirements, I think it was the Indian webinar or something that Ash was busy with, they were talking about we have to be verified as founders, okay? Identification as well. I just need to know a little bit about that. Like if my car does not come on time, will I be verified with just my old ID? Will there be complications? I just need to know that because I don't know when I'm gonna get the Home Affairs or when my new ID is gonna come.
Yeah, I think part of the process that's going on now that's time consuming is every country has different ways of doing things. And it's easier for some countries and harder for other countries. Like they have, well, you know, like on a smartphone now, when you click on it to set it up, you look into it, it tells you to look up, look down, look to the right, look to the left, and it does a visual of your face. They have that. They have where you could use your thumbprint. Now, a lot of that's high-tech stuff, but I would not be surprised if some of that doesn't come into Onpassive down the road. Now, they're obviously going to try to make it so everybody that's a founder get in, but all the actual rules and regulations, I believe that's what the time-consuming part of Onpassive is, and we'll find out probably, I believe, in the next couple of weeks. Stuff like that, because you're not unique, Clement. I mean, the whole world functions different, right? So you have to look at it. How does it work here in South Africa? How does it work in Indonesia or whatever? So I think they're working on that. I'm almost positive because every time I bring up something to ask, he's 5 years ahead. They're already thinking about it. It's almost embarrassing for me to bring it up because I'll bring something up because you don't think we have that. I'm like, well, okay, you know.
Yeah,
So
I think Ash also mentioned face recognition. So
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Clement, you must also realize you've got a bit of time. Our government's slow, but not that slow. You will be able to get your ID card in time if you apply now, because our soft launch is going to last a few months. It's not going to be soft launch week and then launch.
I just have to go collect it basically.
I know it's a pain to go to Home Affairs, but you have got time.
I just thought maybe by the soft launch, if I had to verify, but if it's for the hard launch, then it's fine. I have enough time, then it's okay. I just thought maybe the soft launch you'll have to have a verification thing going on or something.
Yeah, that's the thing about global, especially as global as Onpassive is. I mean, every country in the world is involved in Onpassive, and if they're not, they soon will be. And you have to link to that. You have to link to everybody, all the currency, all the the value of the currency, cryptocurrency. It's a lot involved. It's a lot involved, and that's the parts that people don't. It takes time.
I'm actually very glad in a way that is going to be done to make sure that everybody will be verified and everything will be done to the T, legal and everything. Because there was many network marketing companies that was good, very good, legal in certain countries. They were very good, but then they were shut down at certain countries, and eventually they faded away. Now you as a network marketer, you work so well building a team, building the thing. The company was good. It wasn't a scam company, but because of compliance matters in certain countries, then that company went down. So I fully am behind what Ash is doing with the legal compliance things. I know many people are impatient with that stuff, but rather make sure that everything is good and clean when the thing gets launched than to do something beforehand and then the thing ends 5 or 6 months down the line after waiting 2 to almost 3 years for something to launch as well. So I'm very in support of that, and I'm very thankful for that as well. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Clement, also don't forget, normally with compliance issues, whether it's for setting up your wallet or confirming who you are within Onpassive, they expect you to have 2 out of maybe 5 different forms of ID. So say, for instance, whichever country it is, they'll say, have you got a driving license? Have you got a passport? Have you got a utility bill? Have you got a subscription to someone, blah, 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 whatever it may be that confirms who you are. And you'll have to produce 2 or 3 of that list of what they expect you to have. So if you haven't got one, it's not the end of the world because you can use another. Do you know what I'm saying? So You know,
yes. No,
when they are asking for verification, it's not you've got to have this one, you've got to have this one, you've got to have this one. It's there's normally a list of certain ones that you have to produce 2 or 3 out of that list to confirm who you are. And as Marina said rightly as well, is that they are also going to be using new technology with the face recognition. Like Marty said, look up, look down, look left, look right. Normally you have to take a picture with a piece of paper with the date and all that on it as well, that will go onto your records. So don't worry, you know, Ash's favorite saying is, we won't leave anyone behind. And I'm sure he's got all the bases covered way before we even think about them, like Marty said. Thanks very much, Marty.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, let me add one thing to that, just very, very quickly. You know, if you're having problem, and this really has to do with getting paid from Onpassive. I mean, you have to pay your taxes, government has to know all that stuff. But when you look at Onpassive, remember that Onpassive never takes anything away from us. If it takes you 6 months to get approved to get paid, all that money's going to stay in there for you. It never goes anywhere. And for me, that's a really, really big thing with Onpassive. You could build $50,000 up in your account and can't draw it out, but the day you can draw it out, it's yours. It'll never go anywhere. And that's important for people to understand.
That's a massive point, that, Mike.
Yep, Mike, that's why I love you, man. You the man. Quick and easy. Boom. Who's, anyone have anything else? We're on 1 hour and 45 minutes. I'm looking around. I'm seeing faces that want to say something. Let's go. Bob Pierce. You want to say something? No. Okay, maybe we're done.
I'm sorry, I was muted.
Oh, there you go, Bob.
Yeah, what did you ask? I'm sorry,
I'm just wondering if you had anything to say.
No, it's been great. These are very informative, and I love the stories from some of the people that have had rough lives and suffering and all that, and how they found an oasis in this platform. Boy, that touches the heart. And no, we're very happy. We're ready to go, and things are put on our plate. We're going to start chewing on it.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Yep.
I'd like to just end with something, Marty, if you don't mind. Sorry, Mike.
No, go ahead, Marina.
Okay,
no,
cool. Firstly, thank you to everyone that reaches out to me and just, encourages me as well. It can be quite, times are tough, and everyone's got their story. Everyone's going through ups and downs, and you listen to other people's stories. You think, why am I even complaining? Whatever's going on in my life is nothing compared to what's going on in the next person's life. But I just wanted to, on a positive note, I can't remember which webinar. There's just been so many. You said, don't worry about how big your team is. If you think about it, at the moment, founders are joining every half a minute, or every 15 seconds at some point. When the AI marketing campaigns kick in and Onpassive goes to work for us, especially in the official launch, oh my word, it's going to be, we won't know what's hit us. We're going to have the overflow. We're going to get the new clients coming in from the marketing campaigns. There's going to be such a buzz and such a lot of energy around Onpassive that we're going to think, I can't believe I even thought about that. I never, all the work that I've done is going to be, whatever we've done, whatever effort we've put in up until now, whether you've managed to get one person on your team or 1,000, or anywhere in between, that is nothing compared to what Onpassive is going to do for you. So like Michael Williams shared in our private webinar, and that clip was shared on YouTube, just where Michael was talking, that also just got me all fired up again. Just share. And if you're not happy or comfortable sharing it yourself, just tell the person, that you're wanting to share it with, watch this, watch that. Whatever presentation you found worked for you and you thought, wow, I'd love this, you know, if only this person could get the message. Put a little message in with 2 or 3 links of different videos and say, watch this. This is the business that I'm involved in. And believe me, it is going to change your life, no matter who you are, where you're from, or what your history is. And so I just wanted to end on that, you know, share the business, keep going, keep at it. Don't get despondent when people say no. Every no, you're that much closer to your yes. And even if your yes doesn't come before we launch, it will definitely come in full force during our launch, and even during our soft launch for a lot of us. So yes, be blessed, and thank you so much for sticking it out. I know that a lot of people have also been despondent that they're expecting Ash at the webinar, but you know what, you must also realize Ash is so busy, and if he's not able to attend one of our founders webinars, know that he's doing something a lot more important to get our soft launch and business on the finalized, and that is what he's doing. So yeah, thank you from me from South Africa. Thank you to all the South Africans that were on here tonight. It was awesome. I'll see you in the panel as well, or sorry, as attendees. And hello Africa, hello world, and goodbye Africa, goodbye world. We're in it to win it.
Miss Gordon, can you hear me?
Thank you, Marina. Yeah, go ahead, Gordon.
I've got a question. My sponsor was my brother, and we lost him for cancer in November. And he signed up all his kids, but they don't believe in this because he went through a lot of businesses, lost a lot of money. They thought there was a lot of scam. And my kids are the same way. So what does Onpassive do about my kids? If something happens to me, they're supposed to pass down to my kids, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
So how would I get them connected even though they're not interested?
Huh. Hopefully, when they start making money, I think they'll connect. Money talks.
Okay, well, how would they?
Well, I mean, they would have to know through you, and have your login information. You would turn it over just like you would real estate or anything else if you passed away.
Okay.
You own it. It's exactly the same way.
All right, that's what I want to know. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yep.
Appreciate these webinars too.
Okay, Gordon.
And, I've been here since I think I came in with my brother in March of 18, I believe, and just been watching quite a few. I couldn't get to all of them, but I've watched quite a few, and it's very interesting, and I'm excited about the whole thing myself. So hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll talk and see you later.
Thanks for being on, Gordon. Glad you could make it.
Gordon. Thank you.
Hey, Gordon. You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think if you're concerned about that and they're still in your name, you could put a provision in your will that would provide the information for them to be able to access those accounts. And when they see when they see the money there, they're going to get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Tim. That's correct, Tim.
Yep. That's exactly right.
I'll do that too then. All right. Thank you.
Hey, Andy, you got your hand up. Did you want to say something? I can't find you on here. You must be on page 2.
Thank you, Marty. If I can just
there you go. Yeah.
If I can just add a little bit, when people are deciding whether to ask someone, if it's someone they know or someone they don't know, I can strongly recommend that just go ahead and ask them. I mean, if it's not someone you know, I mean, strike up a little bit of a conversation with them to start with. Don't just jump straight in. But for example, I didn't hardly know the person who asked me to have a look at the information on GoFounders. we had a couple of little brief conversations beforehand, maybe a month before, and then a couple of weeks before. So I didn't really know the guy. I mean, they call him Eric, and again, I'll be forever grateful to Eric because he took the time out and he offered me the opportunity. There's two Erics I know, and I have a lot of fun with the other Eric. I don't have a lot of fun with Eric, who invited me, because, you know, like I say, I'll be forever grateful for him asking me. And I didn't know it at the time, but I looked at some information and it was a video by Ash, and I listened to it. So I did take the time out. You know, this is crucial. I did take the time out and listen to the information, and you know, the rest is history, basically. But it's just an example of, if you're just debating whether to ask someone you know or you don't know them, you know, just go ahead and ask them, because you never know. And that's, like I say, that's just an example. And Eric, I didn't know at the time, I've only found out later, Eric was asked by Ken Russo. So, you know, like I say, that's just an example of what can happen. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. You know, Marty, I was going to say something. You know, we're getting close to the end here, and as Fred Redfern was talking about, you know, getting on these calls and getting filled up, getting the information that you're really yearning for, rather than just coming on and asking them all the time. I know a lot of new people here are here and they haven't been on some of the calls, but I do a lot of calls, and sometimes I do calls for other people's teams. And I was on a call, I don't know, last week sometime, and this gentleman was not really asking a question. He was given a statement and his statement was, oh, so Onpassive is they're gonna market your business to all the founding members. And that was his statement. And it wasn't quick enough to catch it and respond to it, because I knew it was in there. It was once I stepped away from the call and I thought about it. Well, it doesn't make sense. Onpassive is gonna market your business to all the founding members. They're already members. But I thought, if he's thinking about Onpassive is going to market your business, product, or service to all the founding members, and that's not correct. And so when I really thought about it, and I think this is kind of important, Onpassive is going to market any product, business, or service for you to the world. And they're going to be the best that anybody's ever been at it, because they're using today's technology and artificial intelligence. And so now today, instead of you hunting for customers or for whatever you need for your business, you become the hunted. And it's because people every day surf the web looking for something. And that's how Onpassive's marketing is going to be able to tap in and find those people who are looking for, like me, I was searching for a turmeric product, because I've learned that turmeric is very important for a person my age. And then all of a sudden, all these things keep popping up on my computer. Turmeric, you know, everybody's advertising to me. So that's what Onpassive is not going to be advertising your business to all of the founding members in Onpassive. They're advertising your business to the world. But so the reason I was able to go back in here and recall that is because I've been on so many other calls, and I do calls. I've learned so much by having calls myself, and Mike Ellis coming out and speaking, and people asking questions. So like Red Redford was saying, is if this is your business, this is my business, right? I own it. That's why I want to make the most of it. I get on every call I can. I really do my research to make sure that I know what my business is. And really appreciate you all coming out today, and the stories. You know, some of them make me cry, some of them make me laugh. This has been, today this is the voice of Onpassive. You people are the voice of Onpassive. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in. And Marty, I'll turn it back over to you.
Hey, thanks everybody. And like I said, share it with everybody you can. Don't market it. It's too much work. Share it like you would a good movie, because it's a good thing to have. Don't prejudge. Mike Williams brought that up the other day. oh, they're going to think this, they're going to think that. You have no idea what they're going to think. They're going to be, I know one thing, they're going to be mad if you don't tell them, because everybody's going to be an Onpassive whether they like it or not. They're going to be using it. So share it with them now. They can tell you no. It's okay. No means later. It's fine with me. But don't let it go by and not say something. You'll wish you did later. Anyway, that's all we have, I believe. I hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for being here on the Fireside Chat. This will be downloaded and put on YouTube. Anybody can look at it. I'll put it in Onpassive Nation also, and Peter and Red will put it in other groups, and whoever wants it, grab it and do whatever you want with it. Anyway, God bless, and I'll see you all next time.
Okay.
See y'all later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Great to hear everybody's stories.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
God bless.